Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LPL matchup.
-1 right there. But YSKM as he misses the cannon under tower. That always feels a little bit bad. Especially when you've got an entire wave crashing underneath. You're like, okay, I'm just going to CS every single one of them. He does CS every single one of them, except for the cannon, which makes it feel even worse. Ooh. Oh, this is sneaky.
Tangyuan does find the knockup. RNG stuck around way too long here trying to push the wave. Will survive, but he's in such an awkward spot. But GLFS moves back down to the bottom side to make sure IG can crash this wave. And in fact, won't just be a wave crash, it'll be first blood. Vampires ignite. Finished. No, wait, what? Is it his aftershock prop?
Towards the bottom of the map as well. Now, usually going from objective to objective wastes a lot of the time of the jungler, and it takes down a lot of their XP potential. Oh
Big
no.
Damage on Tangyuan. He's pretty tanky, but he's not that tanky. That's his second death of the game. Perhaps overestimating how tanky Alistar is before level 6.
And it feels like RNG are very aware of the fact that they're going to be under constant attack towards the bot side of the map. Talking about a team fight coming in though, IG smell the fire towards the dragon, but GLFS towards the top side of the map means that there's no jungler around.
Bullet time wouldn't have been available, but doesn't really matter when you've got the man advantage, so RNG will grab
Objectives. He's taking control of the top side of the map as well. 700 gold lead on his own. Juice has been doing incredibly well. There is so much damage onto RNG that I feel like if you do manage to get a good brand ult, slow people down with their rallies, bullet time on top, Tangyuan finds the target. There's so much opportunity to find one of the squisher members of IG, and that's exactly what Tangyuan is looking for.
Oh, the flash away from GLFS, but it sets up for one grub. Juice gets over the wall, but knocked back where he came from. One Thong has arrived and bullet time is available. This could be 5 grubs for RNG if they can finish them off. There's another one for Geju. His smite is about to come up as well. That's 5 grubs. Juice low on HP, and the bullet time comes across. GLFS just about gets away with his life, and maybe a chance for IG as they're still 5 strong. Tangyuan tanking as Arn dodges away from the pillar of flame, and Tangyuan, his team has abandoned him. Arn gets a free cash in here in the jungle. Tangyuan will fall, and that is a ton of gold into Arn's pocket.
Arn had to flash earlier on in this fight, and his kill gets stolen.
Die before the stacks were gone, so gets that gold. He's 1,000 gold up individually right now, and that's the biggest gold lead on the map. But Juice, the second biggest at 600 gold, is about to be dived. Uses that dominus, clears away the minion wave, and then Vampire goes in, tanking the tower. The flick back is good, though. The damage there for IG.
Great stuff right there from Juice, trying to clear out. The thing about Aliyah is that the knockup lands first, which then lands you onto the stun. GLFS might be in trouble here, the turnaround.
Did they not see him go into the brush? GLFS goes down. Tangyuan walked past the control ward to get into that brush, I'm pretty sure. XCZ now the target. As GLFS was caught in the jungle, that'll mean a red buff steal away from Geju. Nicely done by Tangyuan, but I have to question if IG should have known that was happening. I guess we'll see a replay
See if
in a
there
bit.
was a ward that he went past. Yeah, Tangyuan, I feel like he's been so active on this Alistar. Last time he had to sub in for bot lane, he played Nico, and that was a great performance too. Now they're looking for YSKM.
Headbutt under the tower, Pillar of Flame is there, the passive is there, and another kill for Geju is there. Nice dive from RNG. A good couple of clean plays back to back, all set up by Tangyuan.
Very nice chain right there from Tangyuan as well. Headbutts first, then he waits for the pulverize to make sure that Geju's spells land right on top. They chain the CC beautifully. However, they're going to be losing their mid lane tier 1. One of the most precious towers that you do have throughout the entire game. Will be traded.
Moves into the top side. It's 5-2 on the scoreboard. Gold not far from even as RNG try and punch back. Again, this team is going.
Absolutely, and so far they've been doing pretty well. Let's see, game dead even, literally 28.8k gold.
They just get a tier
He's
2
not gonna
basically
stop him?
uncontested. YSKM had TP up, by the way. And sure, you get Herald.
On the Corki, Nani now taking control of some side lane pressure that we're talking about for IG, taking down that top lane tier 1. G have full control of the top side corner of GLFS's jungle. Tangyuan again on the flank.
Tangyuan finds his headbutt. Nani just gets annihilated. And Vampire, lone survivor underneath the tower here. XCZ just whittling him down one by one. Arn dives in though, and a bullet time on top of his head. Arn's gonna go down as well. Surely XCZ there to finish the job, tanking the tower, and a triple on the Corki. RNG are blowing IG out of the water. Wait,
Hold on,
Juice is going to get a
Tangon
solo
is
kill.
absolutely smurfing.
Juice is going to get a solo kill on the opposite side of the map as well. Across the board, RNG are diffing IG.
Absolutely, Tangyon's three members around.
Because it's Brand, they can just burn this down, and Juice is happy to tank it up in the meantime. So it looks like RNG aren't doing it. I think IG are starting to realize what might be going on here, but the RNG health bars are low, but Vampire has to be the one to face check. Is sent away, and the bullet time with the burn on top. Juice dives over and finishes the job, tries to walk away, but the Whirling Death starts to snowball the fight for IG now. Tung Yuen will fall, but Arn is stunned up and taken to pieces. Huanfeng still untouched the whole fight as Geju finds another, and RNG once again win it out.
Honestly, that was a miraculous win right here from RNG, considering XZ was pushed out of the fight for the entirety of this one that we just watched. And RNG, they just pulled IG into the pit. Waves on bot lane with no reply. IG look a little bit lost. Juice is looking, Nady's too close.
The wave is going to come underneath the tower. Nady's in so much trouble, stunned up, and look at the damage to follow on up as well. Juice tanking up underneath the tower, does need to get out with his life, but Tengyuan dives past the tier 2. The rest of the team not on board with this play, and Tengyuan will go down as well. But hey, he got a bonus.
This is not the support RNG expected, but this is exactly the support
The dark
RNG needed.
Oh
0 and 6
Lord.
doesn't tell the whole story. Tangyon's been everywhere. Talking about everywhere, Juice almost went everywhere, as he almost got caught by 3 members of IG, and only 3 members is what they do have. The Baron again, the attempt. Huanfeng is gonna throw one last auto, but the Baron is gonna regen back to full, and RNG, that's attempt number 2.
I feel like
that is great coordination that we have not necessarily seen much of from RNG, but now it's IG starting the Baron.
Oh, IG feeling a little bit desperate perhaps, but all 5 members of RNG are here. It might just be a 50-50 for the Drake, because YSKM just gets obliterated. But so does the Baron. Our next one on the chopping block, Pillar of the Flame, finishes that one off. Nani trying to escape Vampire over the wall here. There's Nani burning with the Ignite, and Huanfeng is there to finish the job. It'll be XCZ to grab the kill. 2 Baron buffs remain for the side of IG, but they at least denied it from RNG.
Yeah, GLFS and Vampire managed to get out. YSKM giving his life away there just to keep Geju out of the pit, but what can you do with a Baron buff if it's a negative power play? Minus 100 gold so far. RNG are pressuring on 2 lanes. You don't have enough members to clear out waves, which means you're gonna lose your mid lane tier 2. Sure, you have Baron, but you've not made any money.
Trying to control the Drake. It's up in 15 seconds, and RNG are on sole point right now. And IG step forwards as RNG start to fight for Prior. Once again, Tangyuan trying to protect his own minion wave so that IG can't do the same. RNG managed to group up on the right side of the Taliyah wall, all staying together here, and they've protected the cannon. Wait a second, they can just forego the Drake. Go for the in-hit, guys! You don't even have to fight for this Drake.
RNG are stronger. They're 4,000 gold up. They've got more items in their inventories. You'll see the back coming through from YSKM. Are they going to let him? He got it through.
He manages to reset. He's going to TP back into the play. Nani trying to escape on the side. This is a long sequence between the 2 teams, as Drake is just going to be a 50-50 here. Headbutt comes on through, and it's GLFS that grabs it. Now the fight. Can they find more? It's one for Arna's YSKM sent out the bottom side of the play, and Juice is going to chase him for more. This should be a kill for RNG in the end. Juice grabs it. Maybe they can go mid lane, pings onto the bot tier 2 for IGs, and it's pretty much done. They'll still have to play their last games, but they will have no chance of moving on into playoffs. IG, an ever so slightly better scoreline, but they're not that far from that eventuality themselves if they're not cautious. And RNG, oh, Tangyuan! He's found a double headbutt! He's found GLFS! Tangyuan, you absolute legend! He finds a way while substituting! And look at this fight from RNG! How the hell hell is this the roster that finds the win? How the hell is this the roster that saves RNG's skin? My goodness, Juice now looking for more, gets the stun on Nady. That's going to be game. That's going to be game for RNG.
5 members of RNG marching down, smiles on their face. I can see them laughing away as they take down the last remaining Nexus towers, and RNG.
Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LPL matchup.
Team, like the amount of information you get on the enemy jungler. Play around. He's kind of low in his shroud there as Vampire goes for an engage in the bottom side. Tangyuan, you're not tanky yet. This happened in game 1 as well. First blood goes the way of Arn.
Oof, the overextension mid lane can have. Nany can pretty much shove the wave and push at any given moment. He doesn't have to right now because he knows he has more control through that bot lane. You said he was doing well. The flash right here forced by YSKM. He had just about enough. GLFS, he's going to sneak into the brush. I'm not sure he got spotted.
Juice. He's going to turn Mega. I don't think that's enough to save him. His ult is actually on cooldown currently, and with the roots coming in as well. No way for him to escape this one. YSKM grabs that kill, and a nice little bit of setup for GLFS. Great for the Grubs. Instead, GLFS moves down to make sure they get the Drake. Then we can move up and play around these Grubs up on the top side.
RNG's composition has so much self-aid. This sounds like a pretty strong combo, but can RNG pull it together? The constant question for them is, can you just make it stick as a unit? Hasn't been the case yet.
Tangyuan is fantastic. The slows come down, and Tangyuan is low on HP, but GLFS being chased down. XCZ is looking for Arn, flashes over the wall, and finishes the job. That's one for the side of RNG, and they're looking for more as well. Nany slowed by the boulder. Vampire trying to get under the tower, but Nany slammed into the wall and taken to pieces. Juice with another is the recall under the tower, but there's no chance of surviving that one. 6-man squad with the clone included. And now GLFS looks for XCC on the way out. I'm not sure there's much of a chance here, though, because the arrow comes on through, and YSKM denied his moment of glory.
Big teamfight win right here for RNG. They're willing to
pull. He might actually finish off this top tower. I mean, with 5 Grubs, he does it pretty damn quick. And we'll finish that tower off, so another 600 gold into the pocket of that Akali on the top side. I mean, 1-0-1. Lichbane already finished off as well. This is XCC getting really scary for these fights.
Looking pretty good, Tangyuan.
Oh, he's in trouble. Quickness comes on through, but he's gone. He's just evaporates in the river here. XCZ on the top side. He's in his smoke screen. Doesn't have flash here. The Q3 finds him. Vampire follows up. XCZ will fall. It's a bonus. IG grabbed themselves the Herald, and they get a kill off the back.
RNG scattered around the map. IG are more than willing to have to escape through the wall. As we see Tangyuan on the top side again, they're pulling TPs.
TP comes through, looking for Nany here. Juice gonna move over. There's no tower to run to, and Nany on the other side of the wall, I think realizes his days are numbered. He's gonna try and buy as much time as he can, but there's a tower there, so I'm not sure where he's planning on going. Juice slams him into the wall, finishes the job. Actually turns to hit the minion wave and lets the tower finish the job.
Exactly
that was
what he did. Great pickup over there. Use of the TP. However, right now, this is going to be sole point for IG. The dragon has just spawned. There is no teleport. However, what there is 5 Void Grubs in the pocket of Juice. He is absolutely melting through those towers.
Yeah, I mean, that's, what, 3/4 of the tower's health gone in the top side.
Yeah.
On the next wave, maybe he can get another chip, and each auto is so much more valuable when you can proc the dot from the Grubs as well. Nah, I think one of the best Grubs users in the game, aside from, you know, things like the Twisted Fate top, of course. 4-4 on the scoreboard at the 17-minute mark. It doesn't feel like a game that's only got 8 kills in it, does it? It feels like it's been pretty action-packed. As the Herald comes down in the mid lane, IG wants to try and force things. Yeah, on the one to drive the Herald there. Does get to flick back further. Keju knocked away. Quickness and a knock up onto Arn as well. He flashes to safety as the TP comes on through. XCZ though just gets executed at point blank range by Arn. A musket to the face. In the meantime, Juice is pushing, but that'll be Drake again for IG.
1K for Juice, you need to use this Gnar. That gold lead is in the Gnar. If he's not around, you're most likely going to be losing the fight.
Perhaps needs to be the one to step it up. These Ash arrows have been decent so far, but mostly blocked by Vampire. Maybe he can find some windows once he gets a couple more items. Gets the damage as well. Gedju's caught out here. The bullet time is going to come across as well. It's not quite enough, but punted back into the last bullet of the bullet time. Just in time, as it were.
Oh, you cannot afford to get picked off right here. 20 minutes on the dot, and IG are staring down the Baron. There is no flash. There is no huge cyclone on the backline. Gedju has gone down and will be down for another 18. Teleport's been pulled right here by RNG. Can they defend this Baron?
Juice has no rage currently. He's just transformed from Mega Gnar into Mini, so it'll be a little while until has access to his ult. Oh, Nani's caught by the arrow. Tango and finds the knock-up, and what a pick onto Arn. Health bar's low for IG as Hwangfeng arrives on the scene. YSKM with the all-out. Nani's blasting these rockets, but XCZ gets out. YSKM being chased down. The CLFS looks for a little bit more, but Juice is tanky, and Hwangfeng still firing. Are we even? 2 for 1, I think?
That is best case scenario right here for RNG. They grab 2 kills.
Drake coming up in 10 seconds time. Soul for IG. Crucial for them if they can find it. Vampire's already found an engage onto Juice. He hops away, but look at the damage. Gedju, defensive ultimate. The Cyclone to buy space for his team, but he's gone down. Arrow comes in. Maybe there's some window, but RNG are just being routed. And YSKM finds 2 with the Q3. XCZ answers with 1 kill. It's a second as well. Hwangfeng grabbed 1, but XCZ falls. It's 3 for 2. It's carnage once more. Is it enough to get the Drake? I'd say so.
And again, this game right here, so strong. If RNG cannot link up a single engage altogether, IG for RNG.
Remember, for IG, this is a series that they should expect to be the favorite. Nani caught, knocked up, charmed, and eviscerated. RNG find themselves a pick on the top side. Health bar's kind of chunked though, and IG want to punish. That tower is not real. It's on 100 HP. It's a single auto attack away from going down. Vampire goes for the engage. Bullet time available. Tower falls, and XCZ the next target. He's stunned, but actually dives back into the action. Turns golden and on 1 HP, but survives. XCZ goes down, and the bounce! The bounce brings down Gedju as well. Juice turns Mega, but it's too little and it's too late. IG find a fight.
Fantastic chase from IG. They knew that RNG had used enough resources and items to do that for them. And with the Baron, they'll take some pressure through that bottom of the map. An is going to hand over the wave that he pressured with to YSKM and join his team towards the bot side of the map.
XCZ looking for a flank on YSKM. The slow is there from Hwangfeng, but XCZ not interested in the meantime. IG are just going to break open an inhib. They're looking for Juice as well as a bonus. Phosphorus bomb not quite long range enough, but RNG committing to a play in the mid lane just opens the bot lane up to be destroyed.
Yeah, YSKM has another tower over in the mid lane. You'll see everyone from IG will be shifting through the jungle towards a mid map. And already back in wants to cash in through that reset. Quick backs from the...
I think he has been pinged out. Clears away the control ward. GLFS moving over. I mean, Tangyuan, he's in an extremely compromised position at this point. GLFS is just going to chase him through as the rest of his team can move over, and the rest of RNG are going to farm the super minions. Tangyuan has been sacrificed to the blood gods today, as Arn will grab himself a bonus kill, and IG with a man advantage. I mean, did they just get Elder Dragon for free off of this?
IG knew that Tangyuan was right behind them. They just waited for him to overextend towards that control ward where they knew they would pinch him down. And that's a very...
fights, but not been a big carry assassin, not been able to threaten on in a big way during these fights. With the help of Vampire and GLFS and YSKM, it's really difficult to get onto that back line. Supers come in, and Nexus Towers are just being whittled down. I mean, there's Elder Dragon in play. Tangyuan whiffs his engage. Oh no, he drops. Gedju drops. YSKM zones the other 3 players. XCZ in his shroud, but won't last long in there. Turns golden for a second, but Juice next target as YSKM looks for the Q3. Juice just about surviving on the fountain alongside Wonfong. But IG, a fantastic finish here to game number 2. A pick onto Tanya.
Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LPL matchup.
Gets to really suffer on the isolated 1v1.
Yeah, loses out the 1v1, but then loses 2 whole minion waves, and the wave is pushing away from him now as well.
And summoners.
It's really, oh no, the stand aside denies the crash down. Taiguin immediately flashed after from On. He's looking for a cash in. 100 stacks with his name written all over them. That's Draven all over.
Yeah, taking this reset advantage, the reset timer, through that IG bolt lane to try and take down that dragon real quickly. Grab one for themselves and probably stay towards the top side of the map. You mentioned Juice. Juice on this particular matchup, in-game. Great rotation right here from Nani. Straight towards the bottom of the map. Gained that first tower with the remaining tower platings as well as RNG. Oh, Juice?
Juice pulled underneath the tower as Minina the hop gets him out to safety. He is thanking his lucky stars that there was a minion wave there. 5 grubs for RNG. Looks like Geju will call it at that. Doesn't want to get caught out by Vampire. Tanguin trying to threaten though. Actually dives towards On, but whiffs the engage there. Depth charge comes on through. The True Shot Barrage gets a bit of damage, but Geju now has been baited into the play, and On will execute him. Juice now next on the chopping block. Dodges away from the Fate Sealed, but that's all he'll dodge away from. Wonfong is caught up. I feel like they're going in one by one. XCZ trying to find YSKM, but the shield comes through, and Nani now chasing him. And again, another player that has overextended to try and find something in this totally doomed team fight. XCZ under the tower. Nani finishes the job, and On goes down.
XZ with the snipe. On was tanking the tower this entire time, and deep into this place as the team fight has already started, but he's only a Mininar. He ends up taking so much hurt through On, and Nani, hold on.
Oh no, GLFS is found. He goes for just goes for his crumb, basically. That was his only crime. Geju punishes. RNG now stuck in a really awkward spot. The True Shot Barrage is huge damage from Wonfong, and maybe Geju survives after all. Nani trying to finish off the enemy jungler, and he will be able to do so. 1 for 1 here, but I guess GLFS already went down, so positive for RNG.
Such a scrappy game already. Both of these teams are willing to fight to the death. Tangyuan right here still looking. He's not gonna take that X plus forward. Level 7 to level 10.
Big damage on there. He's just gonna die underneath the tower. Nice little dive from RNG. YSKM TP'd in, but he can't go for a 1v3 there. And RNG, I mean, after that last fight where they all kind of went in 1 by 1 and died, now shouldn't even go in 1 by 1 and get kills. It's working.
But why are we fighting much? There is such a potent item early on because it gives you so many different stats that having the same spike on 3 champions. Because I earlier talked about the Cork in the Edge building Mana Moon and Trinity Force, but also the Gnar building the Trinity Force early on. RNG could definitely look to capitalize on such a small but very important spike right here, Vampire.
Vampire caught out, thought he was closer to GLFS, but he was not. Geju with some big damage there, but Tangyuan maybe goes down to the passive as the stun comes through. GLFS and True Shot Barrage is there, but Juice solo himself on trying to get that damage out, but not enough to trade 2. And again, just these fights come out. Played. This is real men's League of Legends right here. Yeah, this is all over the place, but I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Axes go in. At any time players go near each other, I'm scared of the engage, and rightly so, because Vampire looked for the hook. Herald down in the mid lane now.
Who's driving it?
Magnet Storm can absolutely ruin a Herald. And there we go, Tangyuan just dives at the Herald, trades his life for the enemy support. An interesting engage. I don't really know what to make of it. The spike comes down onto the Herald. I guess it denies the push onto the tier 1. And in the meantime, Juice is taking a tier 2. Okay, I take it back. It was a great engage from Tangyuan. He saves the tower in the mid lane and sets up for Juice to grab another tower elsewhere.
700 Gs in Juice's pocket as well. 2.3 thousand gold up. That was the exact same case for game number 2. He couldn't quite carry that one. However, right here, he's been set up for success, same as XZZ onto this Corki. Now finishing his man, I mean, YSKM.
Juice is mini for now, but he's about to go mega. And that is a scary prospect. YSKM realizes he can't keep chasing. There was 5 players sent to the top side for that. You could see every single...
While all this was happening, and while all 5 members were committed to the top side for IG, Tangyuan has sneaked into the Bolt quadrant of GLFS's jungle, put down a bunch of vision for RNG. Power disappear in just 10 or 12 seconds. Once you put down those seeds, you stay around long enough, you spring about 4 to 5 seeds, you ult them up to get them stronger. YSKM with the flank right here, and RNG could be in trouble.
Vampire managed to find the hook on Tangyuan. That's him gone. Juice just turning mega. But realistically, 4v5, is that a fight RNG wants? You've still got a hell of a wombo combo if you can find multiple targets with the Gnar ultimate, with the Zyra ultimate, but in fact, actually, no, Strangleforce was
plants around to start the Baron. There's only one at a time. However, IG are expecting the resets to come through.
Yeah, that's why it's genius. There's no real chance of a Baron here. So who would start the Baron? RNG, that's who. How can they know what we're doing if we don't know what we're doing? RNG grabbed themselves the Baron. It's actually a legit good call from them, as Tangyuan once again sacrifices himself for the cause.
Having a Baron on a side lane would be a huge threat for IG. Almost a sniper at that on the Dragon as well. It's going to be so point for IG. RNG are just marching forward. They've got only one lane pushed for now. Juice cannot necessarily go to a side lane. The TPs are being pulled.
Naney looks for it and he finds Hwampong. Face sealed comes on through as the Stranglethorns are down, but that's a dead Corki and the dead Cassante to boot. Naney trying to escape. Flash from Hwampong, but the Q goes wide. And it means IG now retreating to the mid lane. RNG with that Baron looking to pressure.
He's been pinged. YSKM does have the teleport if he wants to flank, but that would be a long flank. He's doing it.
It's a deep flank here from YSKM. The Narnia flank as he comes racing towards XZZ. Flash away from XZZ. He survives. Hwampong is stuck in the back of the Krug pit. He flashed to try and kill Naney in the previous fight, and now Naney kills him because he's got no flash. Disaster for Hwampong.
And this is gonna be it for RNG's Baron buff, unfortunately. He's gonna net them a mid lane tier 2 tower, which is very important. Getting as much vision off of the map as possible, Juice. Juice, you're too close. Juice, you're too close!
Oh no, that's fate sealed for Juice and potentially for RNG, because IG feel like they're starting to get control of this game now, moving up the mid lane. The Baron was a nice play from RNG, but was it enough? I don't think there's going to be much more tenure.
But if you're an LPL fan,
I mean, yeah,
they were pretty fun.
They certainly. I mean, they were pretty fun as an EU fan, honestly. Like watching, even as an EU fan, watching FPX win that final was something to behold. Watching Caps play Pike mid. Oh, hang on, engage in the mid lane. Arndt gets away from it as it's Geju caught up instead. YSKM finds his angle and dives into the backline alongside Naney, looking for XCZ, but falls. The burn is enough, and IG on top of the fight here as Juice trying to kite it back. Hwampong trying to get the damage out. He's a big Ezreal, but it's not big enough. The axe has cut through him, and Juice barely waddles away.
4 for 2 in favor of IG. And they're gonna be able to grab the soul for themselves. Juice, the only surviving member of RNG.
We're on a similar lead to what's happening up top.
And Geju had to commit his flash right there to get out of trouble, Vampire.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. That's, yeah, that's not ideal. What a mistake to make. Right,
what's happening with the support this series, man?
I don't know.
Stop walking forward, guys. Danger, danger, fire, fire.
We are on exactly a kill a minute, so we are reaching our quota for game number 3 between IG and RNG. Attempted flank from Tangyuan, he just takes a massive chunk of damage instead, and then Naney moves over and just finishes the job, whirling death across the team as well, and in he goes! GLFS takes the Baron away, gets an extra, they lose their support, and they get an ace and a Baron for it! What is happening?
IG just won a 4 versus 5 without their primary engage. They picked RNG apart and they're marching down mid lane. This could be end of series.
This has been one of the most ridiculous series I've ever commentated, and I've been commentating a while. IG are going to come out on the top of the pile, but it is very much a pile of bodies at the end of this absolute fist fight. It's been carnage from the start of game number 1 to the end of game number 3. But IG come out on top. The IG 2018 flare comes out from Vampire.
These were the best highlights from today's LPL matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say okay. See you on the next one.